My name's Shanyaski, and I've just performed at the Bedfringe doing a preview for my Edinburgh solo show this year, 2012. It's my debut year. I'm going to go up. Everything's built towards doing the Edinburgh show in my career, and finally I'm going to go and do it. Hence all the arguments, rows at home, all the money that's disappearing out of my bank account, and phone calls to my agent, and just all the nightmares, weird dreams, lack of sleep, having Gaviscon every day just to cover from the stress. It's all happening. It's happening. There's nothing I can do. It's happening this year, and I've got just under 2 weeks now. This is my last. I think I've got 3 or 4 previews left. So I'm doing this show, changing it every time, and looking at the recordings, and just building up different. I'm doing the previews different every show, so that I can look at them at the end and see which was the best. And also, if you do it different every time, you're on the tip of your toes. You've got to sort of really think on your feet, and you change it, and you can improvise bits better. There'll be bits tonight that I've done differently than how I did it yesterday, and that's the way I'm sort of approaching it.
Okay, so tell us about this journey to you doing Edinburgh. I mean,
well, I've been doing stand-up for 9 years, you know,
okay.
9.5 years. Always wanted to do it. I'm 35 now. I've always wanted to do it, and then I was too petrified to go on stage. Most people are exactly the same, just absolutely petrified of getting on stage and sticking your neck out and doing it. But it just got to that point in my life. I had like that quarter-life crisis where you think, what am I going to do? I don't want to work in the office anymore. I was falling asleep, and I was falling asleep at work and still getting praise for my job. That's where I was at. Pointless existence, just ticking over. So all these back catalogues of things were pushing me towards doing something different in my life. I wanted to do stand-up. I quit my job. I made it the only way to earn money, and it just forced me to go on stage every week, week after week, overcome my fears. Did well in a few competitions, and then it's just all built up. Bit of telly a couple of years ago. Jason Manford's show was a massive help to me. We just did the Comedy Store recording start of the year. That's just gone out on air now, and it's all just built up. This is the year. This is the year to do it, and fingers crossed. I've done nothing but write this year and work and rehearse and try stuff out, and I'm hoping.
Can you tell us a little bit about your writing process? How do you start? I mean, are you constantly there with a notebook or your phone going like, oh...
Well, that's the thing. It used to be notebooks. You'd always have a piece of paper. I was renowned when I started doing stand-up with my mates who I didn't have a clue, really. No one I knew had ever done stand-up, so I'd always have a piece of paper. We'd have a chat in the pub. I'd write something down. But now, you just type it in the iPhone. It's saved. You can save it onto your Dropbox and then pull it onto your computer and then work on it from that, and then just fire it off on all the computers. My writing process at the moment is I do a lot of my stuff in front of a video camera now. I bought a video camera, and from the first day I got it, I couldn't believe how much better and beneficial it was for me to perform it in front of the camera, look back at how I did it, improvise. It almost feels like I'm on stage when I'm doing it in front of the camera, because it's that alien, and it's like a big eye watching you. You get the same. So then I start improvising better. As long as I got that little bit of fear or something unusual, I'll improvise better, and that seems to be how I'm writing at the moment, because I perform it quite an energetic performer. I'm not very sedate and stationary. I quite move around. I try and do the characters, and that's really helped this year, doing the old camera and stuff. And then there's the process of writing it and making sure that you use the minimum amount of words possible to get the message across and all that. So it's every element really, but that's usually most of it's in front of a camera and then checking it out and then trying it out on stage, and then away we go. Try it out. Bits of it die, bits of it are good. You just got to dip your toe in and try it. You never know. Might be the best idea on earth. Try it out on there. They hate it. What do you do then?
So who are your comedy kind of inspirations?
Billy Connolly was originally it, and then it was Eddie Izzard. That was the sort of era I was at when I started doing stand-up. The Dress to Kill DVD, I remember watching that with my mates, and just that was the sort of one that I thought, this is just like what we babble on about in pubs, and this is I'd love to at least try that. And that was almost what 15 years before I even dared to go on stage. It just built, this little niggle just built, and then finally I thought, well, I'll give it a crack and overcome my fear, and 9 years on, here I am in Bedford, the hub of comedy in the UK.
Okay, last couple of questions. So your first ever comedy gig, what did you learn? What was the thing you learned most from that first comedy gig?
That's a really appropriate question. What I learned was the material I'd written was absolute crap. But what I did was, as I was struggling and they were silent on me, I started to heckle myself, improvise about the fact that it wasn't going well and how I'd written that material and what I'd thought and what a stupid idea. And I improvised around the fact that it wasn't going well, and that got loads of laughs. And then I suddenly thought, well, I kind of get it. Now I've overcome a little bit of stage fright. I get it. It's about being there and then and actually on stage, not just doing a monologue or thinking what you've got to think on your feet when you're on stage every second. And yeah, it was like 7 minutes at the Frog and Bucket in Manchester. Straight away came on stage. Can I come back next week? Every week for a year at least. And they were sick of me. Sick of the same thing. I never learned. I just did the same thing.
But valuable experience.
Hey, I'm lying, of course. I wrote material, got songs on the go, really changed my act. Things happened. I went out on the night out and got mugged, and I turned that into a routine. And that's when it really started to kick off. Sort of the ideas of how you turn experiences into routines. That's when it clicked for me. And that was about 3 weeks after that first gig.
So the last one. How can people stalk you online if they want to follow your exploits?
You got the old you've got at Steve Shanyaski, I'm on Twitter, and Steve Shanyaski on Facebook. Shanyaski, Shanyski. Why am I even thinking how to spell that? I should know how to spell my own name. There you go, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm not on LinkedIn. Stop spamming me with LinkedIn. I don't know what it is. I don't care if Cheryl, whoever it is on LinkedIn. Stop messaging me. I'm not on LinkedIn. Facebook and Twitter is the way forward. There you go. And my website, and all my dates are on my website, which is steveshanyaski.com.
Okay. Brilliant, lovely. Thank you ever so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Right, cheers.